in a difficult situation now. I'm going to explain you.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you going to ask me the questions?
Yes. Now.
You do it. It's an interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now we start. How can you define culture for you? How do you see culture? How do you perceive culture as an in general first?
Yeah, well, it is this kind of words that has a lot of meanings and different kind of ways of understanding. The easiest way and the more popular has to do with a kind of high culture. The culture. Oh, this person has culture because they go a lot through they know a lot about literature or music or whatever. And they have a wide range of culture.
Yeah.
Culture, knowledge.
Yeah.
That is one of the meanings that I can perceive or understanding. But for me, culture has to do with the way in which you see the world and the way you think the world and the way you act. The three stages that are think, feel, and act and
feel,
to
think,
do
and
things
act.
and perform. Yeah.
Yes, perform.
And it has to do with the way you see the world, the way your religion, if you have a kind of religion. In general, the cosmovision of different people.
Okay.
And nowadays, I think that you can see this more clearer in the cultures between commas that are less impacted or less polluted by the big culture, the culture of the United States or whatever. Because if you see a boy here from 16 years old, you see an American boy or a Danish is well said. Danish.
Yes, Danish. Yeah.
Yeah, Danish. You are going to see the same cap and the same big trousers, and there is a kind of culture. It's a culture that has permeated all the small cultures in a way of saying a culture that it's proper, that belonged to a place, and that's it.
Okay.
The two senses. I can say I can speak a lot more, but
yeah,
there is also a Waldorff culture around the world.
And in that perspective, how can you describe that Waldorff as Waldorf's culture?
You can say Waldorff or Waldorff.
Okay,
Waldorff from Germany.
Yes, that.
Because the W is V. In the United States, it's Waldorff because it's an English word. Both are correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So how can you describe the Waldorf pedagogy as the culture of the Waldorf's pedagogy?
Well, to begin with this, I have to tell you that Waldorf pedagogy was born 100 years ago. And I had to make a kind of history because it has to do with the first impulse for the first seed. That is very important because it has been in some way changed. Then it was born 100 years ago in 1919 in the place near Germany. I don't remember exactly the place, but in the Waldorff. The name of Waldorff is because the Waldorff cigarette industry, and the man who contacted Rudolf Steiner, he was a theosopho, and they were anthroposophos. They had a very high and deep, how can I say, esoteric tradition. But they want what Rudolf Steiner wanted, and this man was to put into the earth the spiritual knowledge that they have, but put it not put it as a doctrina in the voice, and then it has to do with the teachers. How is a teacher prepared to bring the spiritual knowledge into the earth and do something in the earth, because we are citizens of the earth. From the earth, in the earth, on the earth. And then But the original
Yeah.
idea is, you can imagine, is after the First World War, they have to do something with the world, because it's like now that everybody is asking, what can we do with this world? We have to change that. There were a lot. The First World War was terrible. A lot of death, a lot of families destroyed without and then they want to do something different. It's very important to say that Waldorf education has the impulse to bring the most to bring a culture or a way of looking at and understand the human being. And the human being is not only a material one; it's a spiritual being, living a material experience. Do you understand? And then this is one of the important aspects that people who work in the first Waldorf school was people who has a special esoteric impulse. And the other important thing is a social point of view. It has to do with, in this school there would be all kind of children, the children of all the employees, all the workers, from the highest one in the hierarchy of the enterprise to the people who work in the lower stages of the company. And that is a very important point, because nowadays we have a problem with this. And nowadays what happened with Waldorf pedagogy is that it's only can access to these people who can pay for it. For example, at least in Chile, also in New York or in the United States, it is not the first impulse. The same thing happened with medicine and with agriculture, are expensive things. I don't know why, but well, I know why. It's because in my case, in Rudolf Steiner School in Santiago, it is because we don't want to belong to the system, to the Ministerio de Educación. We are not acknowledged by the Ministerio de Educación, because they didn't accept our curriculum. They want to say, no, you have to do this, and we don't believe in this. Why? The third aspect had to do with our pedagogy is based in the principle, the evolutive stage of the childhood. When you have the first 7 years, you have a kind of consciousness state, and then as the years goes by, you are changing the way of understanding and giving to the children what they need, because they are in this age. What you do in the first grade, you have to do it in the first grade when the kid is 7 years old. You can't do it again. What you have to do in the first grade, you can't do it in the second grade. In the second, not grade, no, excuse me, the second class, not grade, in the second class, or in the third. Then the first 7 years, the second 7 years, we talk about septennium. And each year has his own, how can I say, his own core and his own important things. That for example, the first 7 years has to do with the imitation. The human being, the adult, the teacher, between commas, that are in front of a girl or a boy from 1 to 7 years old, has to do a person that is really present and it's really doing the thing they are doing with all their being. I remember, as an example, for example, we have a gardener in the school that he comes from the south of Chile, and it's a real gardener, a real man of the campo,
the campo.
And one of the small girls from 3 years old said, "Oh, you are really, really planting the seed, not like the teacher." You understand the idea that the person who is there has to do with all his body, muscles, bones, in what they are doing, and doing it, for example, with happiness. And it's very important, because the imitation has to do with, it's like the example of a hen and his chicken. It's something that is so natural. That's it. In the first 7 years, the imitation, the kindergarten is not scholarized. Academic is not at all.
No.
They go to this. They go to 7 years and 6 years, and they are playing. They are seeing how the adult world is working, because they are developing another concept that is the 12th sense. You can have all this information.
Yeah.
And then there is a lot of bibliography, but those 12 sense, not 5. And it has to do with develop this, and with adults that are really doing what they have to do with all the truth and all the faith, and to say it in one word, in one phrase, is like that they are the children are breathing what you think and what you feel, and they are incorporating their physical constitution. Then in the second part of the second septenio, it's from when they enter properly to the classroom, and it is from 7 to 14. As an aspect that I see in the Danish pedagogy, Danish system of education, they have also the same the primary school, that has to do that the same adult, the same teacher go with the student for the first years, and that is something very good, because you are not because children have different rhythms to learn. You can learn to read it in the first at 6 years old, or maybe it's not your interest, and you can learn it in the 10 when you are in your 10. Then it's very important the teacher know each of these students and know that in some moment he's going to wake up to certain kind of knowledge, between commas. Again, knowledge, because we try in the first 4 or 5 years of this second stage to not give the knowledge in a cold way. No, the teacher has to study a lot to incorporate all the knowledge, and then to put it into the kid, or into the children, very clear for children. And again, I don't have the word in English. I'm going to say in Spanish, digerido, like when a bird eat the seed, then they put it into the stomach, and then they give it to the little birds. The teacher, it's very important in the second stage. And what is important? Authority. Understand, and the love of authority, the authority and the respect that you gain because they love you.
They love you.
They love you, and they believe, not because what you think, because what you are and what you feel, and the love you give in what you do. That is the first topic in the second stage, the authority. The second very important thing is the way you speak, the storytelling, because everything is given in storytelling, with beauty, with all the blackboards are beautiful, all the classroom has good smell. Now again, the senses are very important because the students in the second stage, it's the heart of the school, of the Waldorf school, we say, and it's very important because they learn with emotion and beauty. If they don't see, if they don't see that the teacher is, the students are going to feel uncomfortable, unconsciously uncomfortable, because they don't know. If they don't see the beauty, the effort, the love of everything has to do with emotions and feelings. Everything is going to enter by this way, by the heart. That is very important. And then we have the third stage. The second stage is the authority. The words are very important, the storytelling. And there is a third aspect that has to do with the image. That is very important, because you don't have to give hard concepts. Everything has to do in a way of images, like when you are sleeping, when you are dreaming. And the way in which you put the knowledge is always presenting an image that the boy or the girl has previously in their pre-life, is a way of saying, before they come to the earth, and or before they come to the school, they have to begin with something that he or she know. And then the image, the three aspects: authority, image, and the speaking, and the storytelling. The way in which you give the information is in that way. And then there is the third stage that is from 14 to 21, but in the school they are until 18, and it has to do with properly the thought. And we talk here about judgment, the way in which you think. The idea is that you teach the students the way of learning, the way of thinking. And for example, in the 9th grade, they talk, it's 9 to 12. In the 9th grade is the juicio. I'm going to tell you in Spanish because I don't have the exact word. But in the 9th grade is the juicio práctico. The students see the world and describe it. In the 10th grade is the juicio teórico. They understood the laws that are implied in those aspects that he saw last year. In the 11th class, it has to do with the juicio anímico. And for that reason, it's very important Shakespeare at this time, because Shakespeare brought into the world all the feelings, thoughts, jealousy, treachery, love, in a way, very wonderful way. And then, for that reason, it's very important to the anímico, juicio anímico. And in the last year, ideally, they have to write their own juicio propio. Juicio propio, their own way of take their own ideas, but it is ideal. So that is very, very briefly, what can I say about the culture? And this Waldorf culture has to do also with happiness, with a real for us as teachers is a kind of apostolado. You work 24/7, and you do it with happiness. If you don't love, if you don't do it with happiness and understanding that you are getting something more than for your students, something for the world, maybe it's better that you don't stay there, because it is you give your life to the mission, in a way.
In that way, for example, I have seen that in Waldorf pedagogy, they use a lot of, how do you say, art, as I mean, theater, art, how do you say, Bellas Artes,
Sí.
Bellas Artes, and music. Why is that? Why is that?
Yeah, that is important, because I would like to explain you that art is not art only for art. There we have music from for example, for the 3rd class, they begin to play their own instrument. But before that, there were a lot of songs, some poems. I think that in my personal experience, things that I have learned and I have taught by music, by songs, are never forgotten. Then it's something that goes to another part of it, and it has to do with we talked before, that the heart, love, feelings. But what I want to say that is very important is not art because of the art is beautiful. It is not only for this. It is because the Waldorf pedagogy, as a teacher, as a Waldorf teacher, you have to be an artist. It's the art of pedagogy. Everything you put into the heart or student's mind has to do art, has to do with art. The how is with art, is the means, the means. And if you teach, for example, the geometry, you are going to do with the most wonderful mandalas and color. One of the important aspects is the color from the very beginning. You work with small crayons. I don't know if you know it. It's not with a paper, with a lapis grafito. It's not with this kind of pencil. You have the small, beautiful crayons with colors, with big copybooks. Then the idea is that in the traditional education, they have this from the very this pencil with this copybook, and they have to. It's very difficult, the coordination between hand, eye, and and the movements. No, we don't do it that way. They have big copybooks, and they, for example, if they are learning the letters of the alphabet, they walk the letter. They walk in with their feet. Rudolf Steiner said that you learn first of all with your feet, understanding the arms and the legs, like the connection with the highest spheres, with the stars at the end. Not with the head is only the last stage in the high school. You go to the head in a way, trying to separate, because you are always appealing to the students, see you, listen to you, but they learn with other parts of the body that are not so. And then the art permeates all those stuff. It's very important, but not art for art. Art as a way of doing the pedagogy.
Okay. And how do you? How can I say? Now, first, I will ask you if this kind of pedagogy, this kind of or this way of see the world and the human beings, how can you see? I can see there's a value in this pedagogy. That's very important. So, is there something that you can say or speak about the values in the Waldorf pedagogy in this, in the context of this global society, the things that happens now, for example? How do you see as in the future? How can you talk about that?
Well, this moment is very special. We are asking deep questions about everything, because for Rudolf Steiner and for us, the problem with Waldorf pedagogy is that some people around the world, if you go to India, to China, to Denmark, I can assure you, if you can send me some photograph of what is the name of the school?
It's I can send you the link, but it's Rudolf Steiner.
Of course.
Yeah.
And has the same. If you enter the building, you have the same kind of cloth, the same kind of dolls, the same kind of plot, and that is not speaking so good about the Waldorf pedagogy, because it's a franchise. It's manga, you know. Waldorf means the crayons, means the cloth. No, it is not. Every place and every country and every town has to do their own culture and respect that, and not bring something from other place and adapt. I'm talking in general. I can't talk about any school if I don't know. But what I have seen is that most of people work in the superficiality of the Waldorf pedagogy, not in the inner, and what is the importance that has to do with what is Waldorf pedagogy has to do what is happening now, in this epoch, in this moment, in this place, and what is the best thing you can do in that moment. Then one of our mottos, one of our lemmas, we were working last year in 2019 with the idea of Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi free zone, not cell phones, not nothing, because we see that is something that is really entering as an habit in this adolescent world, very, very strong, and they don't read, they don't do sports, they are all the days on the cell phone. I've heard something that sometimes, for example, some students can be in a class and looking for the telephone. Then we decided to not for the teachers, not for the student, not Wi-Fi anymore. And what is happening now? We are in our houses trying to do, because we are all uka with this, all this technology. We've never used that, and now we have to begin to use it. And okay, at the beginning it's a crisis, and at the beginning you say no, but then you say okay, but it's the world now, and we have children in our that are our responsibility more than because we are teachers, because life, between commas, has has brought these students to us. And then what is our responsibility now? And we have a lot of conversation. The other problem that we have now is that it's a particular school, with the parents pay for it. Nobody helps us. And what happened that is parents are losing their jobs.
It's about the corona pandemic. No,
corona, and before that about the breakout in October. And after the pandemic is going to come the breakout again. I can assure them we are looking for new ways of doing what we are doing. And we know that this way of communicating with children, it is not the way of learning by the screen. Well, maybe we have to learn something new, and we have to say, okay, this is the way now. How can we do it? Because we have to what is our north? What is our ideal that the human being can be a free human being, a person who can have a kind of autonomia. Autonomia. They can, because we don't give frozen content. What we give as a teacher, or what we try to give, is a space, a room in their soul where they can receive all the knowledge that came. There's nothing closed, and we have to think out of the box and create this space, this room for the student that they can learn whatever they want. Then, well, it's kind of hard, because what question is, if the focus are the children, and they now are in their homes with their parents, with money problem, with marriage problem, with a lot of, or not, or some have lost their grandpas or their grandmas. Well, the children are living under a big stress in those days. They can't see. Can't you imagine a teenager without their friend? It's terrible. With the first sexual love experiences, with the social, the most important thing for them from the 7th, from the 12th to 19 is the friends. And then, well, that is an important thing. And then we are doing a lot of questions, because we think that for us, Waldorf pedagogy is the traditional way that has to do with the contact, with the 12th sense, and all these things that it's not possible, but we can't say not anymore. We say, we're going to be now. And we are in this strong and deep questioning process about our and as a teacher, working a lot, learning what happened with computers, because it's not our expertise, not in the public education. You can imagine a man for 60 years old, for example, instead of 70, that the grandson has to teach how to use the computer. Well, no, it's not easy. And what have we give to our students? Because Waldorf pedagogy has to do with the future. What are the human beings are going to need in the future? They're going to need to learn to plant the seed, to plant their own, to be their own food, to be conscious with the environment, to be more solidario with other people, to see more than, not for the children, but I think when these children were in the future will be an adult, and what kind of adult? A free one who can think, who can have their own way of live life without not depending absolutely in the government or in the system or in the television. Then they have their own thoughts and their own way of doing things. Then now it's like, as I told you, it's a big question, and about the other, we're working more than ever and receiving less money than ever. But it doesn't matter, because I think at this moment is going to go to the universal history, and where are we as an individuals and as a school? Where are we going to give to the world? I think that is. But most of the Waldorf schools continue trying to maintain the status quo. You understand? So I think that the old world is falling. The old world is dying. We are living with the death nowadays. And in the Waldorff pedagogy, death and life are part of the same phenomenon. You know, Rudolf Steiner based great part of this work in the Goethe work, and it has to do, death and life are together. And death is something about you can't talk. Even in the adult world, it's something that is a taboo. It's a taboo topic.
Yeah.
No, life and death are together, and now we are living with the death of the old system. Well, I would like to think that. I hope so.
That change.
But
will change.
yeah, because you can imagine a person who is living from their enterprise to the bed to see television, and then on weekends to the mall.
Yeah.
It's living another world, another way of thinking, and Chile is the biggest example of what it is, a neoliberal system.
Yeah.
We were the Chicago Boys experience, that the United States, all this Piñera, all these kind of people who went to United States and came to Chile in the Pinochet government to put in practice the idea of being absolute. What is the to be knelt under the God money God. The God, the money is the God.
Yeah.
And for that reason, well, that's it. That is that we for us, for the education for us has to do with the human being as a spiritual being that come from other place, and to have a material experience with the three aspects, that is thinking, feeling, and the will. That is very important. Something that they are killing. They are killing. The technologies are killing the will. You need a machine for everything. For what time you have to take your pill, and a lot of capacities, a lot of abilities, because that is another aspect. We want to develop abilities, but they are losing a lot, wasting and losing a lot of abilities that man some years ago can have. Now they forget everything. They are attacking the memory. That is a very important aspect.
How do you see that?
What
How do you see that about the machine, for example, and all of that, the future that is, because there are also people that say it's good for the society. How do you see that? Is it good or
I think that if you use it, is it okay? If you know as an adult how to use it, and you have an equilibrium in the other aspects of your life, it is okay.
Yeah.
The problem is when it is all your day and all your life or when a student or a kid are learning in this way, because they say, when I was a child, I am 51. When I was a child, I had to learn all the telephone numbers, for example. Of the, now I don't know. I know my daughter's phone's name, the only one from my contact. If I lost my telephone, that's something that happened to me very often. Well.
Yeah. So.
And the memory is a very important aspect in our pedagogy, because without memory you have no memory, you have nothing. No. Because one of the important things of this is the biography. The attack. The first thing that the technology attack is the memory. No, I don't remember. Most people say I don't remember anything about my childhood, because you don't have significant experience. And you are learning everything through the machine, through the computer. You have a lot of images that you can't digest. Then it's another problem, because for a children who can see a lot of images. I told you before that the segundo septenio, one of the three pilares, has to do with the technology, with the image. When I talk about the image, I don't talk about the image in the computer, then about something more deeper. Then if you see a lot of things that you are not prepared, first physically and second psychologically, we have the problem we have now with the 20, 30 years old, that has to do with a lot of depression, anxiety. They can't sleep. No, there is a problem that is in the case you abuse. for that reason, I think that nowadays where we have to capacitate, we have to learn about it, the best way of using it, and to know how to stop, because it's the new drug. No more alcohol or any kind. It's a new drug.
Yeah, it is.
Then you have to use it, not abuse it.
Yeah. And do you have time, Static?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another question. It's how do you perceive the Danish culture or pedagogy?
Well, I was thinking about that because although I was reading and I am seeing Rita, I love Rita. I want to know her, and I saw the school that appeared from the serie, and I love it. I like the way I think that she's very Waldorff teacher. When appear the new teacher, and the new teacher don't know how to do, and she sees it. I think that she's very. I think that in some aspects, although I insist, I would like to know more about it. If you can send me some material, because I'm talking about I perceive it very, very, very from the TV and from that what I perceive is that and I like it, but it's similar to that they are always asking questions. Are always changing. I say, oh no, we are not going to be so scholarized. Children has to have more play, the same teacher, quiet. Not stressed. I perceive like a happy people I know from Denmark, because I used to live in San Pedro Atacama, and I work as a tourist guide, and then I knew some Danish people, very happy people, very intelligent. I like the way they think, the way they live, the way the concerns about the environmental issues. And what is more important for me is always asking about what we are doing. What are we doing? Is it correct? And I think that nowadays, more important than the answers are the questions. Then well, I like to see. As I told you, I try to prepare more, but I don't have more information. Then what can I say about the Danish culture? Maybe I can prepare more if you send me some material, but it is not. Maybe you can invite me when everything is finished.
Of course, I will.
We can invent something.
We can do a project together.
A project, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Wonderful.
Do you
interculturalidad?
Yeah. Do you in general create some projects with another Waldorf's institutions in all over the world, or in Latin America, or it's not?
Well, it's very it's very funny, because I have another work. I work as a writer, so I work writing, and I see the same phenomenon between writers and between schools. But nobody's friend with nobody, because I don't know what happened. There are a kind of rollos and different colors, because at the end, the institutions are made by people. And like Strulstein talk about the freedom, the freedom is dangerous, and you do whatever you want. And then it's difficult, because they say, okay, I understood, because Strulstein, in the beginning, he gave two kind of, I can say 20 palestras, 20 conferencias, and they're very deep, because they were from teachers who belong to their esoteric school. It's not easy for anybody. For example, they give 14 conferencias that is called El Estudio del Hombre. The study of a man. 14, but are so difficult to understand, because you don't understand only with the head, with the mind, that we organize each 3 years Ibero-American how do you say, Congreso. Congreso with teachers from all over the world. All over, not the world, all over Hispanic, and Brazilian also. The South America in organized to see one conferencia of this book that I told you, because it's so difficult. I think I ask myself, how much would we do? I have worked in this pedagogy for 15 years, and I think that last year understood one concept, because You don't understand with the head. I insist you understood after years of experience in the classroom. For that reason, when the Ministerio de Educación came with all these things, that they never have been inside the classroom. The reality is inside the classroom, and the only person who is there is the teacher and the students. Now it's interesting what is happening now, because the parents are knowing their children and understanding a lot of things that we have 30, 20 students. No, the reality is inside the classroom. Then these kind of experiences we have, and then now we are trying. For me, it's very important to say one thing, that it doesn't matter if you're a Waldorff school, or you're basketball school, or Jose Feliciano school. The most important thing is that the group of people, the group of teachers that are doing this project, love what they do and do it in the best way and believe in what they are doing. But it's not only Waldorff school. For me, it's important that there must be a way of that the
engagement.
That engagement, but more than that, the way of the culture, of the way of looking. What is important is from this group of people. It could be Waldorf, anarchy, whatever, what you want. But all the tendencies, all the trends in the world are going to the other side. No, everything must be standardizado, standardized, the normas, and the PISA. No, in everything has to do with to be successful, to be useful to this system, that has to do with that money is more important than human being and the nature and the environment. Then what you do has to do with not depending that someone come to say what you have to do. The rule in the school, whatever you do, Waldorf or whatever, is what you and your group of people, because you can't do it alone, is what you believe and what you think and what you work is your own curricula, your own way of carrying things. But it's something very difficult.
Yeah, it is.
But I think that young generation understanding more than that now. That it's not important to them to go to the university to be successful. They want to live. They want to live a real life. I think so. I have a daughter from 23 years old, and I see that they have Mágica, for example, the daughter of. No, they are in another. It's really, for me, I'm really proud of. I learn a lot about them. They have another way of thinking, another way of looking talking about everything, gender, all other things, sexuality. I don't know. They come with another. Well, they have another problems. They have another. They are a little bit of laziness between commas, the problem of the will, because they think a lot, but what happens with their actions? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. No. Okay, that I think. Ya, ahora voy a hablar en español. Creo que ahí está.
Very good.
Más o menos.
Yeah.
Pero si